to share some of the tips or techniques which are extremely imperative at an individual level, and that is about going back to the basics. Going back to the basics means that, it's very important that what are we eating in today's world? What's the lifestyle? What are the sleeping habits? What are the eating habits? What are the exercise habits? Again, this might seem very basic or fundamental in its nature, but I am aware that people, and including myself, we are forgetting about these habits that were important in the past, such as having a fixed time of going to sleep. What happens in today's world is that until the last minute, we check our messages before we hit the bed. Now, there is a research which is available that at least 2 to 3 hours before we make that commitment that we have to go to bed, we have to switch off our laptops as well as cell phones, because otherwise it is not going to regulate sleep. Now, what ultimately happens is that if we are not having enough sleep, that leads to stress, that leads to anxiety, and then ultimately going to the burnout situation. This is only one example. People are junk food lovers these days. The question is, to what extent is it providing enough energy which is required? What are the other illnesses aside from mental health issues? How is that contributing? I'm sure there are experts, doctors, psychiatrists for every field. I don't belong to that profession, so I will save that. But see, sunshine is also very important. Again, everybody would know. I remember, at least I recall in my childhood, that was an activity to sit under sun, but that is not happening today. As a result of which, there are so many deficiencies. Again, I'm not the expert, so I'm not going to go into that discussion. But what are our eating habits, sleeping habits? I think all of this is very important. And then I will also mention that Ariana Huffington, who is the founder and CEO of Thrive Global, she mentioned that it's very important that people take small steps, but they take them consistently to make it a habit in the long run, which is imperative to consider everybody's health at an individual level. And she said that what usually happens is that there are times when people feel fatigued. So taking micro steps is very important, which means that you breathe in when you feel like you are stressed out, you breathe out, you take a step away from tools like Zoom or anything that is making you stressful. Take some time, look at the greenery around, be very close to nature. Everybody gets energy differently, but these are some of the things that at least I can recommend while I belong to this field of HR. And then also thinking about some of the things that actually trigger that stress. Stop thinking about it all of a sudden. And also gratitude practice is very important. Like Ariana mentioned, that it's very, very important, and that's a practice that I think we as a society do very less of. We make comparisons with others, that what are we lacking on. We are not thankful to an extent that what do we have that others might not have, or people who are not privileged enough to have. So I think, again, this goes back to the religion, but I'll keep that away because everybody has got different beliefs, and so all those beliefs are equally respectable. But I think these are some of the steps that if we do consistently, including myself, because I'm guilty of the same, I say I commit, but then I don't do. So I think it is going to lead to a healthy life, and it's not only important for us, but it's important because people get energy. People who are living with us, they also get the same energy, and it's important for having sustainable future and the future that our other generations are going to have.
Thank you, Samia, for a detailed answer. Haji,